I want you to think about how this went the last time. That's a channel because this is a cycle. I wasn't really sure how to begin this reading. I'm going to show you the cards. So this is you, Benevolent, Guide, the Star, and the Eight of Cups. This is a situation that you're seeing. You know, the card representing the situation is full color. You're seeing things for what it is. People are not as harmful as maybe you thought that they were, or you were anticipating. You're seeing fully that people are genuinely curious about you and wanting to work with you, wanting to create, you know, bring your manifestations to life alongside you. People want to do that, and you can see that clearly now. What's in between you in this situation is the Eight of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. The thing that I think is coming up, like, if you act on things very quickly, and you kind of like jump with a dysregulated nervous system or a kind of speed, or thinking that, I think it's really just thinking that like it's fleeting, right? That like it's gonna fall apart at any minute. That's gonna be what kind of sets you back into that same rotation, right? It's going to put you in the same dance that you've done so many times with collaboration, collaborative situations, community, you know, opportunities, whatever. I don't see you actually having an issue understanding this, but there's something about this reading that's saying that you need a reminder of that. Otherwise it wouldn't be coming up. So I'm curious, why you need a reminder. What's coming in? Okay, I don't know if you heard that. There's a car revving really loud outside. And like the Eight of Wands, I was thinking that there would be something, honestly, and excuse me, that would give you a sense of like, oh, I gotta jump on this. Okay, so I have Two of Cups, King of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, there's something here, like I'm hearing a meeting of the minds. A meeting of the minds. Page of Pentacles and its transverse, something that maybe you feel, something that maybe you feel unprepared for, or like there's something about speed here, because when I split the alchemy deck, I got Mars. I was like, how do I start this reading? I really wasn't sure what to begin with, and I got Mars and then rotation. And so it's like action, like speed is not your friend here. Speed is not your friend here. Trust is your friend. Trust and just like gathering information and observing and not like, it's almost like an excited kid, or like a kid that has too much sugar, you know? It's like if you're, okay, so this is, if you're taking like a cup full of something, like a cup full of milk, you're making cookies and you're taking that milk and putting it into the bowl, it's like if you move too fast, it's gonna go everywhere. Like that's the situation that you're in. You're in like the, you know, I'm moving it into a new vessel. I'm taking this information or this resource and I'm putting it into a new vessel. And in the in-between, right, we're falling into maybe a little bit of this like mental trap that says that it's fleeting, and it's not. You're just moving too fast, okay? The Queen of Pentacles alongside the King of Pentacles here. So it's like, you know, the Queen of Pentacles too, this is really interesting because this is a lot of slow moving energy, but if you notice in this card, there's a little rabbit there, and the rabbit is fast moving, but it's also representative of fear, right? So there's something about this that's like, why are you moving fast? Why is there an impulse? Why is there like guidance? You may also have, because I keep hearing a guide. You might have a guide that you need to like have a little chit chat with. Sometimes this happens, so I'm gonna put you on a little bit of game here. Yeah, High Priestess and the Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I was just looking for confirmation. Yeah, I'm gonna give you guys Six of Pentacles. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit here. So like, sometimes with our spiritual team, no matter kind of what that looks like for you, if that's ancestors, if that's deities, if that's beings, elements, whatever that is, sometimes what happens is our guides, one or two of them maybe, are like not actually helping. they're not actually helping. And that's why some people like myself, I don't work with all of my ancestors. I only work with some ancestors. And because I'm not super familiar with like all of them, right? Which, like, how can you be familiar with all of them? It's a lot of time and labor and a lot of vision that is required to be familiar with the full team, right? I don't even know if that's really possible. So when I'm tapping in with my ancestors, and guides specifically, I say healed ancestors, benevolent guides. I try to be specific about that while still being broad. And sometimes if you feel into it, if you just take a moment to like call it forth, which one of y'all is screwing with me right now? Okay, you might get a little hit. And that guide right there, whoever that is for you, whether it's a deity, an ancestor, whoever, an energy, you might have to rework some stuff there. You might have to tell them, and you might also need help with this, right? Because there's a number of things going on here. There's like attachments at play, there's like soul contracts at play. And what is a soul contract? Really, a lot of the time it is just a when I say subconscious, I always point back here. A lot of the times it's just like a subconscious belief that is in play that's just like no longer working and needs to be rewired, okay? So let's think about for a second, if you were to call that being forth and say like, hey, why so anxious? Why so speedy? Let's calm down and step into more of like the throne than like running through the garden, right? What would that be like for you? The energy that I'm feeling collectively is more on a trickster side of things. So I would be curious, like, how that experience is just all together for you. Like, when you connect with your guides, do you feel grounded? Do you ground before you connect with your guides? Okay, these are really good questions to ask yourself in a situation like this. I wouldn't be shy to ask for help from someone like me or another like collective guide that you trust. Okay, the devil at the bottom here. This is something that might really be kind of affirming an attachment for you to that rotation, to that cycle. You might feel attached to the idea of being alone, being cast out. Feeling like, it's almost like that feeling of going to the party but feeling left out of the party. Not really being center stage even though you want to be center stage, and then the story of like, when will I get my flowers, like that being a story like, oh, woe is me, like that's a very, whether or not you want to admit it and whether or not you like it or you've realized it yet, you've admitted it to yourself, whatever, that story of like, well, guess today's just not my day, I wonder when it's gonna come, you know what I mean? Like that type of stuff, not to be reductive, but like that's the tone that this could turn into, right? If you don't slow the fuck down. Slow down, trust that it's going to work out in your favor and you will be celebrated as exactly who you are. 10 of Pentacles, as I'm saying, as exact, like you are, and I said this in a reading the other day too, like you are becoming the person that people point to and say, you are exactly who you think you are. You are exactly who you think you are. And the difference between, oh my God, the difference between that version of you and the current version of you, or the version of you that's in like the Four of Wands and the Five of Cups, is just the willingness, the ability to wait and trust the process because you're acting like you're gonna get that bag. Like, you're gonna get that money. You're gonna get all of the collaborations, all of the invites, all of the celebrations, all of the upliftment that you wanted when you were young. 10 of Cups with the 10 of Pentacles. You've wanted it, you deserved it, you needed it, and it wasn't provided to you, right? It will be very soon. Knight of Pentacles, and it will continue to be. What is coming in is a product of your hard work up until now, and what is even grander that's down the line is a product of the hard work that you are learning how to integrate in this chapter. The value of long standing, you know, that which is long standing, the manifestation of things that stand the test of time. Good job.